Hi, boys and girls. Today for math, we are actually going to be listening to a story called My Half Day. And you've been working really hard learning about plane shapes and solid figures. And we're going to be moving on to the next part of that in talking about how we can divide plane shapes and other items into equal parts. And those are called fractions. And you maybe have heard that word and maybe you haven't, and that's okay because that's what we're going to be learning about. So this is just a kind of a funny, wacky story about a boy that has what he calls his half day. And you'll see some numbers or things that may not be familiar that you haven't seen before. And that's okay because that's what we're going to be learning about in the next several days of math. So just see what you notice and enjoy the story. Sit back, relax, and this is My Half Day. I looked in the mirror. My hair was abuzz. One half was still long, and the other half fuzz. Here's breakfast, Dad called. There's no time to waste. My tall glass of milk was 2/3 gooey paste. The moving van's here with 3/4 of a ramp, and Donna is waiting. You're riding to camp. Princess, my dog, hopped inside the huge van. We clattered like coconuts in a trash can. We stopped at Camp Fraction and walked through the gates. 4/5 of the counselors zipped by us on skates. We strapped on our quivers for archery practice and noticed the targets were painted on cactus. I aimed with my arrow and shut one eye tight, then pulled back the bowstring with all of my might. My bullseye was tiny, 1/6 of a spot. No fair! Donna's was 1/2. She launched the best shot. Princess dog paddled around our canoe when Donna and I stepped inside as the crew. Pink flowers with leaves floated next to the shore. We paddled and pulled out 2/7 of oar. Miss Dodd is the ref for our soccer today. Each goal counts 5/8, she said, ready to play. The other team's here. They flew in from the stars. We stared at the players. 4/9 were from Mars. The game was a close one. Both teams played to win, but Donna's swift kick scored a goal with a spin. The outer space team looked both stunned and agog as we squeezed round the campfire on 3/10 of a log. We roasted marshmallows and ate Saturn s'mores. A rocket ship landed and opened its doors. Climb aboard, said the team, then we'll blast to the moon. See 2/3 of a comet and soar back home soon. Our galaxy trip had an upside down view. When we landed on Earth, I hoped half day was through. Then Donna ran home and I hid in my bed with 3/4 of my blanket pulled over my head. Next morning I raced to the mirror to stare. Yippee, no more half buzz, but a whole head of hair. Tick tock, said my dad. He gave me a shock. Today must be time. His face is a clock. Okay, so that was, of course, kind of a silly story, and you probably noticed a lot of numbers or words that you maybe have heard before, and that's what we're going to work on in the next several days is talking about fractions. So just kind of pay attention to things around you. If you hear words like 1/2, 2/3, if you see examples of that anywhere around your house, just kind of pay attention to that and see where fractions show up in real life. I know when I do cooking, sometimes I see fractions in those situations on recipes. So see if you notice any real life examples around, and we will pick back up tomorrow with another activity. I hope you enjoyed the story and have a great rest of your day.